So as some of you know, there's going to be a big tourney that's going to be going on, the Inbuck Cup, and there's going to be the selectionals for it this Saturday. It's the second weekend of January, and one of the maps that's going to be played is going to be a blasted rock for the selectionals. So just to remember how great this map is, I'm going to look at a classic map, classic game between Jughurta and Metal Commander. It's going to be Aeon and UEF. We're likely to see these factions used a lot on this map. So just so people see a basic build here, most likely in 3603 you might see a little more air, but these builds are still really good, especially for ground. So you see Metal Commander here going with 1 factory, 5 P-gens. Most likely 2 factories with the Commander. And you can see 6 P-gens for Jughurta and 3 factories. So that's usually a good ratio. That's about as little power as you can possibly get. And you can see the ACU gets 2 of the mass extractors. One of the NGs, there's a lot of rocks here to reclaim. You never want to neglect that. And of course, there's always a choice where you send your ACU, through the bottom or through the top. The usual from the left side is through the bottom, but it doesn't really matter too much. You can see here a scout, 2 NGs going to the Hydra. This is a very common thing people do. Just put into one of these little pockets, put 2 NGs, and then maybe start making air there. You can also put a wall. You can see how he's got 2 scouts on both sides. He's got mech marines going in the direction where the NGs went. On the other side with no mech marines, a little slower with this NG. And this was the NG that got this mass. Got a whole bunch of rocks here. Clean this up nice. It's gonna get the other Hydra. We do see some flares here from Metal Commander. You might send those in. And you can see here it's pretty much all land spam from Jughurta. See, his power is suffering. So probably want just a little more power here. Of course, he did just get the Hydra. It's a pretty good timing. Maybe a little faster Hydra would have been fine. Surprisingly here, Metal Commander not really pushing as hard as he probably could, but now there's some mech marines and tanks that should be able to protect this NG. Now on top we see looks like the ACUs are going to go in both directions. And also what we see here, a plan for a T1 PD. T1 PDs on this map are extremely useful. And now you can see this force from Metal Commander is going to go in here and kill off this Hydra. It's going to be a pretty big loss for Jughurta. And on top we are seeing the 2 ACUs he's about to meet. Metal Commander's got to be careful. He's got a lot of units coming his way. He's got to start retreating. He does the right thing. Start shooting at the units instead of the ACU. And we should see a response here. Should see a lot of auroras moving in to save the ACU. Going down to 5,000 health, and Jughurta here at 11,000 if he keeps on pushing. But we gotta remember the death nuke here is 4,000. So you can't be as aggressive with the ACU as in 3603. Here down to 3,500, and now the auroras come in. So maybe Jughurta could have been a little more aggressive. While that was happening, we see a little attempt at a raid from Metal Commander that is defended well by Jughurta. Now we see here's 7 land factories from Jughurta and 6 from Metal Commander. And now you can see the auroras, how they use their distance. And Metal Commander, even though he's going low on health, still being aggressive. So definitely a draw, an easy draw for Jughurta if he wanted it here at minute 6. But it looks like he wants to win. See, not much happening at the other choke point. Both sides have a few units, but definitely a big advantage for Metal Commander if he's about to attack, and he does. We also see an NG here. He's going to get a PD to protect this bottom base. And it looks like early on in terms of map control, Metal Commander is winning the fight. We also see some hidden NGs from Jughurta. It's always nice to see. And now here Jughurta is getting an upgrade, and so is Metal Commander. So here at minute 7, both players being very quiet with their ACUs, and really the only action is on the bottom channel, and Metal Commander is getting the better of this fight, pushing Jughurta really back into his base. And now you can see here Metal Commander actually is very dangerous. We see the Artie shooting at his ACU. He goes down quite low in health, but gets the upgrade just in time. It's opportunistic man, I can't talk, attempt for Jughurta. But unfortunately didn't get Metal Commander, and can now make T2 PD. As well as he got a whole bunch of free mass here. That push cost Jughurta quite a few units, and now Jughurta with the gun on his ACU is going to push ahead, but he's going to run into T2 PD and he's got to run away. It's really not much you can do. Another force from Metal Commander is pushing into Jughurta's base. And now these Auroras are really like paper against an ACU that has the gun on it. It's one shot, one kill, I believe. At least it feels like that when I play with Aeon. Yeah, exactly. One shot, one kill. This is a really good way to get a lot of kills. Already 19 kills for Jughurta. And you can see the response from Metal Commander. He's going to pull his units back. He's going to try to protect his base. This is very secure for Metal Commander. Now he's got 4 T2 PD, and there's nothing that Jughurta can do. And here you can see this T1 PD is paying off. Now Jughurta is going to take it out with some arty. Now the Auroras are buying Metal Commander some time that he can build these T2 PDs to protect his main base. Meanwhile, Jughurta already had 50 kills. And now you can see the T2 PDs. Now we're seeing the third being built by Metal Commander. Now Jughurta has 66 kills. You can see this commander just racking up kills extremely fast against Aeon. And now you see Jughurta just won himself a whole bunch of mass to reclaim. Actually now we got to see Jughurta now moving in at 80 kills. Just got a very timely health increase. He's taken on 3 T2 PDs and now moves in his units. He's got an advantage in terms of T1 tanks, and he's targeting the T2 PDs. And actually Jughurta goes down quite low on health now. 97 kills, 98 kills in Aurora that was just built, 99 kills, and 100. Now he gets a lot more health, but all the PDs here have been killed off. You can see Metal Commander at 37 kills, Jughurta at 100. 12,000 health for Metal Commander, 8,000 for Jughurta. And now Jughurta trying to sneak some units in and around this mountain. Another T2 PD completed. But we gotta remember, T2 PD is very good against CCUs, not very good against T1. It's a very low fire rate. You can see here Jughurta using engines to clean up on a lot of that mass. And now you can see the tanks moving in directly into Metal Commander's base. How very timely T1 PD gets destroyed. A lot of T2 engineers here, a lot of mass invested in these. And a successful defense from Metal Commander, but he is in a little bit of trouble. So here at minute 14 we see Jughurta reclaimed 4,200 mass. Metal Commander at 4,000. It's actually very even for both players. Now more T2 PDs from Metal Commander. Jughurta keeps on pushing with tanks and the gun at 104 kills. And he's always cheating death here. That was a very good overcharge. Took out a couple of T2 engineers. Going down to 5,000 health. Very dangerous to go against the T2 PDs with the ACU, because when you retreat they shoot you for a long time. Now we're seeing some T2 land from Jughurta. Is getting T2 NG. Metal Commander has had T2 land for a while, mostly making T2 engineers. Perhaps a couple shields instead of those would have been better, but it looks like he does not have too much power. He's got 1 Hydra, actually has 2 Hydras, which is getting captured by Jughurta. You can see he broke that wall with an NG. And now Jughurta just sitting there not getting any upgrades. And you can see the middle, we completely missed this. Jughurta has captured the middle. It's going to be a lot of mass that he's going to get for himself. So the economy for Jughurta should be in a pretty good shape, although Metal Commander has very good defensive position with those T2 PDs. He really hit T2 stage a little earlier. Now we're seeing something like a whole bunch of T1 bombers here. Very good against Auroras. Some air from Metal Commander as well. Some scouts. And now you can see the NGs from Metal Commander, and you can see this T2 NG. He's going to get T2 PD of his own, so it's going to be a T2 PD standoff on this side. And here come the T1 bombers, targeting the T2 point defense. Actually, it's works pretty well. Absolutely no air from Jughurta. He does have an air factory. This is very nice use of air. Where's the T2 flag? We should see T2 flag coming out soon. Otherwise these bombers are just going to keep on getting free kills. And actually losing those T2 PDs will be very bad for Metal Commander, because a lot of production here from Jughurta. You can just walk in with T1 and only one T2 PD left. But not for long, and you can see here on the other side 3 T2 PDs for Jughurta, 1 for Metal Commander, and he also has some TMD here anticipating missiles. Metal Commander is making the missile launcher. And I can see all the T2 PDs have been destroyed from Metal Commander. Jughurta is taking out NGs. He could really bomb these Auroras. It would be devastating to this force. And I was finally seeing some interceptors. Surprisingly, Jughurta has, he does have interceptors, but he's not using them, so his bombers are just getting slaughtered. It's very sad to see. And now you can see here the counter to these PDs, the missiles, the missile launchers. And on top, very surprisingly, that the mass extractors are the target for Jughurta. We much better just wipe out all those Auroras. Now we're seeing the ACU for Metal Commander shifting over. He's going to try to rebuild those T2 PDs. And now we see a whole bunch of TMD for Jughurta as well. And actually some cruise missiles going after the T2 factory. Also cruise missiles from Jughurta as well. And actually T2 factory for Jughurta gets taken out. Where is this missile launcher? Well, it's definitely there, just can't see it. Here it is. Already with 1 kill. This would be an excellent target, and that might be it. Well, it might not be possible to hit it because of the TMD, it's in the way. But this T2 power would be an excellent target. And now we're seeing on the top side Metal Commander with the ACU re-establishing the T2 PD. He might do a T2 PD creep. He's also taking out a Hydro, some mass extractors. He got a very nice force looking into Jughurta's base. Jughurta making more tactical missile defense. This is actually a very big loss to lose that T2 factory. Got a lot of time for Metal Commander. And Jughurta has recaptured T1 air, and now losing the middle to a whole bunch of arty. And this is a T2 PD creep for Metal Commander. It's going to be very dangerous for Jughurta. Some T2 mass extractors for Jughurta. He should have a very massive eco, but does he really have the tools necessary to use it? More NGs on here, and it looks like he is making missile launchers as well. He's going to try to counter this T2 PD creep. And here it is, a buildup of missile launchers versus TMD, and 4 TMD from UEF might not be enough eventually. More TMD here from Jughurta. And now we're seeing on the other side missiles versus T2 PD. So a very even fight here at minute 23, although we gotta say that Jughurta does have the superior economy. And he does have 4 missiles loaded in this missile launcher. He's not using them because there's a lot of TMD here, but he can start using them against these T2 PDs if he wanted to. I would see something like a push with Auroras from Metal Commander, but right into Jughurta. He already has the T2 engineering plus 128 kills, 22,000 health ACU, and this is very strange from Metal Commander, just throwing these units away, it seems. And these missile launchers are running away, really no losses. But a pretty big loss for Jughurta. He gave the middle away really without a fight. And now we're seeing something, once again, some suicidal units running into this T2 PD from Metal Commander. So a lot of suicides in the last minute from Metal Commander. Not clear why he's doing that. 153 kills for Jughurta. Now if we look at the plans here, still T2 land, a bunch of T2 NGs, and here we're seeing TMD being actually quite effective. It looks like the ACU is targeted by the missiles. And more TMD from Metal Commander. Perhaps some shields. Haven't seen shields all game in this one. And no T2 power from my Metal Commander yet. There is T2 power for Jughurta. He could use that. If he built a shield here, he can really push Metal Commander back with a few point defenses. And here we see more cruise missiles coming in. This cruise missile was going after Jughurta, but misses. But one cruise missile wouldn't really do much to that ACU. Yeah, we're seeing actually this Aeon TMD can be overwhelmed. We just saw one get taken out by missiles. You can see very similar situation. Cruise missiles versus TMD, cruise missiles versus TMD. This is nearly identical, except of course Jughurta has a much better economy. And it looks like he's just been getting more and more T2 mass extractors and building up point defense as a second power for Jughurta. So it looks like Jughurta is just buying himself some time, and something happening at Metal Commander's base. He has destroyed all of his T1 factories. It looks like he wants all that mass for some project. Metal Commander still trying to get TMD to work, but it doesn't look like he can do much against this many cruise missiles. You can see here from ground level, Commander over there is getting overwhelmed, but you can see those TMDs working. He pushed the missiles to the side. No T3 land yet. This would be the logical next step for either one of the players, especially Jughurta. He's got the economy to support it, and actually that's exactly where he's going. He's going T3 land, and that's going to give him the tools to really break both of these battles. A few T3 Arty and it's over. One thing we got to remember is Metal Commander is Aeon. He can go T2 air, make some mercies, and try to go for luck and try to snipe Jughurta, but he is also going T3 land. And something like a PD creep. Here we see a stealth field. It's a great way to initiate a creep. So these units are not seen by Metal Commander, but now they're going to be in firing range of these missiles. And Metal Commander is kind of here stuck making TMD. It's way too many cruise missiles. Very much a stalemate. But we got to remember Jughurta can use as much time as you possibly want. And you can see it's successful T2 PD creep. Very good work from these engineers. Now we're going to see the scouts come in. They're going to find out. Here come the cruise missiles. Not clear what the target is. Perhaps the ACU. Oh, I almost hit those missile launchers, but this TMD has saved them. And now we're seeing Perseus. Oh, not Perseus. I wish we would have seen Perseus. These are Titans. Not clear why Jughurta is making Titans in this case. Titans are really good units for fighting against T2 and T1 units. Very nice to micro them, but not really that good in terms of health. So they're pretty vulnerable versus point defenses as well as ACUs. Now finally we've seen some shields, but it looks like power problems for Metal Commanders. Now we're also seeing Arty. Actually 9 Titans here would be very nice if you put it through this bottom choke point. Create a lot of havoc in Metal Commander's base. But it looks like Jughurta once more. He also has his third T2 power. And Metal Commander, it looks like he finally got enough TMD to not get killed. Now the metal looks like it will belong to Jughurta. He's got some PD pointing. And yet another stealth field from Jughurta. But now you can see this Arty from Metal Commander is pushing back. And perhaps, well, looking at this, these Titans, very difficult to imagine a comeback from Metal Commander. And now the Titans are moving in. They are moving into hostile territory here with T2 PDs. But it's going to be a very bad situation for Metal Commander, way too many Titans. We can see some T1 moving into the area, but really T1 has no chance against Titans. And this factory is going to make an RD, which is not going to be able to do much against us. So now we're seeing the beginning of the end for Metal Commander. His base is just getting massacred. Also a tank here, a pillar. Excellent tank, especially in 3603. Can you imagine this very fast fire rate plus the shield makes him lethal against T1. Now we're going to see this Aurora versus Titan fight. Just watch those Auroras disappear. It's like they were never there. And at that same time, a Metal Commander has basically walked into Jughurta's base and died. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hope to see many people at this IMBA Cup.